Make sure to like, comment, subscribe so you never miss another one of these awesome videos. Well, hello fellow Minecrafters, and welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you, yes you, how to get the new 1.19 features on maybe some of your 1.18 Minecraft worlds. Now, I know that some people have been showing off how to get the Warden and the Deep Dark features in Java Edition, but I haven't really seen that many videos of people showing off the Bedrock Edition features, except, Bedrock beta channels. So I think that I'm just going to do this little short video to show you guys how you can get the new 1.19 features in your 1.18 worlds. Now, the only thing you're going to have to do to activate at least the wild update features are just go down here to experiments. Remember, trial features that are under development cannot be turned off after you create the world. Or if you turn them in an existing world, you cannot take them off until the actual update comes out. So do this at your own risk. So I was just making copies, or making just a copy of your world before you do actually do the experiment, so that you do not lose that world and not be able to play in a stable version of Minecraft, you say. So either way, all you gotta do is turn on the wild update experiments. So let's just get straight into creating this world. Now, as you see here, we have spawned in a regular spawning place, so this is actually going to be a perfect place to show off the frogs, and also the skulk blocks. And there's a mountain right over there, so this is going to be a perfect place to show off all different types of frogs, because yes, there are different types of frogs. Now, if you were to go to the mob section, you can see that you can get all the new glorious skulk blocks, and you can also get the frog mob. Now, the frog mob, or not the frog mob, I can't speak, is gonna look like this. It's gonna have like an orange and brownish, and then the tadpole is gonna have like a dark brownish and then a light brownish tone. But you can also spawn in the tadpoles using a frog spawn, which is right over here. So there are actually different types of frogs. And the frog variant depends on like what the temperature is in the biome. So say you have like this nice little like beach in like a dark oak forest, you will get the regular frogs, which have like a very nice like brownish color, as you can see. And then you also have tadpoles, which have this nice brownish color with like some black beady eyes. And now the way that frogs would actually spawn was that you would take, say, seagrass or slime box, because it does depend on this version. Because for some reason, I don't know why, the experimental features for this, at least this version of the frogs, unless you're playing on the beta, actually uses seagrass. But if you are on the beta, then by that time, if you're on the newest version, you should be using slime balls. So basically, if you're on the latest beta, then just switch out seagrass from slime balls. But either way, you just feed them the seagrass, and then they will actually, breed. But the cool thing is that once they breed, they'll actually go to the nearest body of water to go plant the frog spawn, or like the frog egg, or like the frog spawn, which is basically a nice little area of tadpoles so they can grow up and become more frogs. Yep, and there you go. So now, if we just wait a little bit, these tadpoles should pop out right here. So as you can see right there, they will burst open and they will release multiple tadpoles so that they can grow up to become big old frogs. Now, you can actually put these tadpoles in buckets. So if you were to get a bucket, you could actually get a bucket of a tadpole. So you could actually come over here and lay them down wherever you want. So say I want to go over to this mountain and I want to really grow a tadpole in this mountain. So all you have to do is find a water source in that kind of icy or maybe even dry biome, or whatever biome you want. Now if you don't want to wait for a frog to grow up, you can actually give it seagrass for it to grow faster. I think, since he's in the mountain, I want a couple of snowy frogs, so I think I'm just gonna feed him some seagrass so that he can eventually grow up to be, if I show you, a snowy frog. Now, depending on which biome they're in, there will be 3 different colors. So say for like dry biomes, like deserts, acacia, maybe, and maybe even some jungles. You will get the tropical frog, which will look like a very, very, very like a pale white frog. But say you want like the regular color frogs. So you would spawn them in like a swamp biome, or maybe like a dark forest, or like a birch and oak forest. But if you want a snowy frog, you'll have to travel up to mountaintops or colder biomes. I can't speak. The colder biomes, like maybe like ice spikes biome, and just wintry biomes like the winter taiga. So as you can see, the winter frog is a very, very nice greenish color. So yeah, this is what a green snow frog looks like. So I'm gonna actually go show you guys what what the sand frog and the tropical frog will look like in a desert or just a dry biome in general. So, say you want a tropical frog, all you have to do is do this and grow them up in, say, acacia or a tropical biome, like a jungle, desert, or, like I said, the acacia biome. So if you grow them up here, as you can see, the tropical frog is a very, very white, palish, sandy color, so that he can blend in with the sand in, say, a desert biome. So you can actually spawn him just using a spawn egg if you want to. So as you can see, he's very, very sandyish color with maybe some sandyish eyes. And see, if you just want to, it doesn't matter which biome they're in. As long as they're wired, as long as there's water, I still can't speak. They will lay a tadpole egg. So yeah, and there you go. They've laid a tadpole egg or frog egg spawn. So since I've showed you guys all of the new tadpoles, or all the new tadpoles and the frog mobs, I think that it is about time. Oh no, rip the tadpole frogs. I think it's time to show you guys off the new skulk block. So to actually show you something, I'm going to go get a netherite sword and a zombie spawn egg, because the first skulk block that we're going to be covering is the Skulk Catalyst. Now the Skulk Catalyst will actually make the regular Skulk and the Skulk Vein blocks. Now the way that it does that is that you like place it down and say this zombie dies right here. Now the Skulk Catalyst will actually absorb the XP, and it will make Skulk Veins, or Skulk Vines, veins, whatever you want to call them, and also Skulk Block spawn. So if you want to, you could definitely convert your old like mob farms into Skulk farms. And now the really cool thing is that if I go into survival for a little bit, you can actually see that this block will actually store XP. So whenever you break open the block, you will get XP, or at least how much XP that mob would have dropped. So yeah, this can actually be a very, very cool way to maybe store XP and make an XP storage system. So yeah, very, very cool block, and I can't wait for this to be in the real game. And now, if I do want to also show you something, so to get this skulk block in survival, you will actually need to get either a silk touch pickaxe, or I believe you should be able to make a silk touch hoe, which is the item that you would want to do, because it is the most efficient. I have like a big mountain of skulk here. You can actually destroy it very, very fast with a silk touch 1 and efficiency 5 netherite hoe, especially very fast with a netherite hoe. So as you can see, you can just mine the blocks very, very fast, and now you have multiple skulk catalysts and skulk veins, whatever you want to call it, and skulk. But you will also need them to pick up our the other two new blocks added in this wild update experimentals. So if I was to go into creative mode here real quick, you can actually see the skull sensor, which will actually detect all your movements. So say you place down another one, or like just like another skull sensor, then they will both start detecting your movements. So say I placed on the Skulk Catalyst, they will even detect block placements. And if you really want to get into it, they can even trigger redstone contraptions, because they will actually send a redstone pulse. So say I want to make a piston. So I would just get my piston, place it down right here, and as you can see, it will actually send a redstone pulse. So yeah, that's very close. So I can see definitely a lot of contraptions using that in the future. But we will actually need the Skulk sensor. And then I think I call it the Skulk Shrieker, but this is actually the Skulk Shrieker. So basically this will be a block that is detected by the Skulk sensor. So if you move too much, then the block will actually make a ear-piercing noise, and eventually once it does that, it will actually give you a darkness effect. So I have relocated to this cave to actually show you a better effect, because what will actually happen is that, say that I'm in this cave and I stumble across like some skulk catalyst, some like skulk veins, or like some skulk vine, and some skulk sensors and shriekers. Now what will actually happen is that eventually, if you make too much noise and sound, the shrieker will actually go off, and it will give you a darkness effect. So as you can see here, there's like lava right over there. It will actually darken the area so that you can see it nothing but just darkness. So yeah, the Warden will also actually give out this exact same effect whenever that is added to your version, say Bedrock Edition of Minecraft. So there is only one last thing that is to do, that you can do in this 1.19 experimental snapshot, or not really a snapshot, just experimental features, and that is the ochre, verdant, and the pearlescent frog light. Now, if you want to actually get these, you will just have to go to the Nether. If I was to build this portal, I still can't speak. If I was to build a portal down here, as you can see, the Skulk sensor is picking up my movements, but it does not matter right now, because we are going to the Nethers. Now, if I go inside of here, as you can see, regular spawn. So say there was a magma cube over here, and this magma cube was really mean, and no frog over all the lands, and this magma cube is very hated by all frogs. So what actually happened is that if you get these magma cubes to their lowest level, or basically their smallest form, and say you spawn a frog, depending on which frog it is, it will actually drop a frog light. So for the sandy frog, it will drop the pearlescent. For the snowy frog, it will drop the verdant. And for the regular swampy frog, it will actually drop the ochre frog light. So as you can see, if I just spawn like a couple of frogs, they will make quick work of these guys. So let's see which will win first. Frogs or magma cubes? Oh, okay. The frog's going in. He's going in. He's going in for the kill. How dare you like my frogs on fire? Let's go. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up. Eat 'em up like Reese's Puffs. Come on, look at 'em. Yeah, see, you can basically assemble a frog army to basically eat your magma cubes, so you can get nice old frog lights. But a similar thing also happens with the slime. So say you have like a slime automatic farm, and you don't really feel like killing off the slime to get the slime balls, you know? Or you haven't like made a farm to where it can just like auto kill the slimes. Basically what you can do is you can spawn slimes, and the frog will actually eat the slime, and then once the frog has devoured the slime, it will actually produce a slime ball. So let's see which one will win, frog or slime. Let's go. Okay, frog goes in for the kill. Yeah, look at them. They're making quick work of these guys. But either way, I think this is gonna be a very good place to stop for today's little tutorial video. So if you guys did appreciate this video and are thankful for me making this video to show you guys how to use all these new experimental features, then just hit that subscribe button, because remember, it is free, and I'm 99.9% sure that only 10.5% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So you know what? let's try to make that 50% by the end of the year. But either way, I think it's gonna have to do it for today's episode, my fellow Minecrafters. And I will see you guys next time. So hopefully you guys appreciate these features, and you guys especially like these frogs, because these frogs look so cool. And I'm definitely gonna do these in my own survival world. So yeah, either way, thing, unfortunately, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, my good old fellow Minecrafters.